Game 1 of the playoffs, the Fever had nearly 2 million viewers tuning in, while all the other games had around 400,000. Even the WNBA Countdown, which was aired before the Indiana Fever game, had more viewers than 2 of the series.
The league versus Caitlin Clark, and that is just absolutely false. It is unfair to the women that have been there building this league to this moment so that Caitlin Clark's popularity...
He said Clark had become a bit of a political football in this country.
Over the course of 213 days, television ratings have already begun to decline following Caitlin Clark's playoff elimination.
Be seeing Caitlin Clark play basketball again for another 200 days. An ESPN reporter said at the end of the Indiana Fever Connecticut Sun Game 2 that Caitlin Clark almost definitely will not be playing basketball this offseason. So no overseas and no
Here
3 on...
is a rewritten version with the same meaning but fresh wording. Many analysts and fans say they've had enough of the WNBA, claiming they no longer plan to tune in. But before jumping to conclusions, let's examine just how much Caitlin Clark has influenced the league this season. What you're about to see is truly astonishing.
23 season, the WNBA had grown by 40% viewership from 2022 to 2023. But with Caitlin Clark's arrival, it's grown by 400% viewership. What that means is if the WNBA were continue to grow at the rate it grew from 22 to 23, it would take until 2028 to do what Caitlin...
Here is a rewritten version with the same meaning while keeping the dramatic style. Believe it or not, Caitlin's announcement came as a complete surprise to fans. Now, analysts like Molly Karam and Monica McNutt at ESPN may soon discover who truly drives the WNBA spotlight. With Caitlin no longer in the picture, many believe league attendance could fall to its lowest point of the season.
If Caitlin, in every post-game press conference, she came out and talked about the kind of hateful comments that she was getting. If she came out and told everybody the reason why she has personal security that goes with her every single place, it's a lot. And so it's not just Caitlin Clark fans or Indiana Fever fans. It is not all going...
Here is a rewritten version with the same meaning but using different wording. Caitlin Clark, the standout star from Iowa, has officially concluded her first WNBA season, leaving behind a remarkable impact on the league. The sensational rookie, celebrated for her long-range shooting and exceptional court vision, attracted enormous attention throughout the year, helping produce record-setting television ratings and packed arenas everywhere the Indiana Fever played. Unfortunately, her debut season ended with a hard-fought playoff defeat to the Connecticut Sun, bringing an earlier-than-expected finish to a postseason journey that many believed would last much longer. Even so, her influence on the WNBA has been extraordinary. Throughout the season, Clark played the biggest role in making the Fever the league leader in attendance, both in front of their home crowd and in opposing arenas. Asterisk.
Team, she's got the wrong skill set to handle the physicality of that league. And she's a rookie, targeted by society, targeted by her looks, targeted by her reputation, targeted by the disrespect that they've shown to the WNBA. She said, no, they're expecting this rookie class to be perfect. This rookie class isn't even one of the best rookie classes.
Every time Caitlin Clark stepped onto the floor, arenas filled with enthusiastic fans, many of whom traveled long distances just to watch her drain deep three-pointers, create scoring opportunities with precise passes, and display her outstanding basketball intelligence. Her exciting style of play consistently attracted massive crowds while significantly raising the Indiana Fever's national profile. As a result, the Fever became one of the WNBA's most watched and widely followed teams throughout the season. However, with Clark's playoff run now over, the league faces questions about maintaining that level of attention for the remainder of the postseason. Asterisk.
The Caitlin Clark effect is definitely real. I mean, we can all see that. However, experiencing it in person is totally different. I was at the Fever in Indiana game last night, and the amount of 22s that I saw on the way to the arena and inside the Capital One Arena might as well have just been a home game for Caitlin Clark. Not Indiana, Caitlin Clark. The thing is, that didn't surprise me. But what did surprise me was how packed...
The impact isn't being felt by Indiana Fever fans alone. Many observers believe the WNBA could see a decline in television viewership now that Caitlin Clark is no longer part of the playoff picture. Weekend games, which typically draw some of the season's largest audiences, are expected by many analysts to attract fewer viewers without Clark featured on the national stage. Fans weren't only tuning in to support their favorite teams, They were also watching Clark, whose exciting style of play made every game feel like must-see television. Over the course of her rookie season, Caitlin Clark grew beyond the role of a standout player and emerged as one of the league's biggest stars, with an influence reaching far beyond the Indiana Fever. Her playoff exit represents a significant loss not just for her team, but for the league as well, as her popularity played a major role in expanding the WNBA's audience and attracting new fans.
Do we think that these new WNBA fans are going to stick around for the rest of the playoffs? The Liberty Aces series might be one that draws some numbers. The disparity between 1.8 million and around 400,000 is wild, especially with football season being in.
It's extremely uncommon for a rookie to reshape the landscape of a professional sports league, but Caitlin Clark has proven to be anything but typical. From the instant she made her WNBA debut, she captured the attention of basketball fans everywhere. Her thrilling performances quickly placed her in discussions usually reserved for legendary players, with many comparing her influence on the WNBA to the impact that LeBron James and Stephen Curry have had on the NBA. The excitement she generated extended well beyond Indiana Fever supporters, turning her into a league-wide sensation. Her rare combination of elite scoring, deep shooting range, and exceptional playmaking made her one of the most unique talents on the court. The fact that many viewers have lost interest in the WNBA playoffs following her exit highlights just how significant her influence has been during her very first professional season.
Not talk viewership, let's talk ticket sales. Bear with me. Ticket sales grew in 2023 by 16% from 2022. Ticket sales have grown by 93% in 2024. What that means is without Caitlin Clark, the WNBA would have taken till 2029 or 2030 to get to where Caitlin Clark is.
Looking back on the season, it's easy to see how fatigue may have contributed to the Indiana Fever's inability to make a deeper playoff run. Caitlin Clark endured an incredibly demanding schedule, playing a remarkable number of games across both her final college season and her rookie WNBA campaign, approaching the workload many NBA stars face during a regular season. In a short span, she guided Iowa to the NCAA championship game before immediately transitioning into the WNBA season and then the playoffs with very little opportunity to recover. Considering that relentless stretch, it's understandable that she appeared physically worn down by season's end. Even so, Clark continued to perform at an elite level, demonstrating exceptional stamina, basketball intelligence, and unwavering determination. She gave everything
different
she had
league
on the
starts
court.
publicly defending
Against
your
the
player
Connecticut Sun,
in your
Clark
league.
turned in another
He said Clark had
outstanding
become
performance
a
with
bit of a
25
political
points and 9
football in
assists,
this country.
while playing with the same passion and competitive edge that defined her season. Despite her tremendous effort, it wasn't enough to keep the Fever's postseason alive. Clark embraced the pressure and repeatedly tried to lift her team in the biggest moments, but basketball is ultimately a collective effort, and Indiana's inability to consistently execute on both offense and defense brought its playoff run to an end.
And comes millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs. And with those millions and millions and millions of more eyeballs, unfortunately, is going to come some people who...
Falls became a major talking point during Caitlin Clark's final game of the season. Several controversial whistles against her sparked frustration among fans and analysts, with many questioning whether the rookie was being officiated differently because of her growing profile. The calls interrupted her momentum and made it more difficult for her to dictate the flow of the game, but Clark never lost her composure. She continued competing with confidence and determination, doing everything she could to lead the Indiana Fever into the next round. Despite her relentless effort, the lack of consistent offensive production from her teammates, combined with Connecticut's strong defensive execution, proved too much to overcome, bringing the Fever's playoff journey to an end.
Group accomplished that, a lot of people probably didn't think was possible, one, to start the season, and two, after the start we had to the season. So, yeah, it'll definitely be probably a little weird for me over the course of the first couple weeks, and then I'm sure I'll get bored and pick up a basketball again. So,
for now, Caitlin Clark has chosen to take a well-earned off-season break. There has been no sign that she plans to play for a European club or compete in any 3-on-3 leagues during the off-season. Instead, she is focusing on rest, recovery, and preparing herself mentally and physically after an incredibly demanding year. While many professional players spend the offseason competing overseas or participating in additional tournaments, Clark has decided to prioritize her health following an intense rookie campaign. Considering that she played nearly as many games as many NBA players while carrying the expectations of being the Indiana Fever's franchise cornerstone, her decision is understandable. Throughout the season, she handled not only the physical demands of a packed schedule, but also the constant pressure that came with performing under the national spotlight. Her impact on the WNBA has been remarkable, helping introduce countless new fans to women's basketball. Since her playoff exit, many observers have noted a decline in fan engagement, with some viewers who primarily tuned in to watch Clark no longer following the postseason as closely. Her exciting style of play and charismatic presence generated a level of attention the league had not experienced in years, leading many fans and commentators to view her as one of the defining faces of the modern WNBA.
If it's certain people at the face, and there is still this undertone of jealousy that for some reason I cannot get around calling it anything else but that, because I don't know what else it could be. I thought it was going to get better this season, but it hasn't. There are still people who seemingly, to me, feel like they just don't want Caitlin.
Caitlin Clark has made a remarkable impact on the sport of basketball on a global scale. Her extraordinary college career at Iowa, followed by an outstanding rookie season in the WNBA, has turned her into one of the most recognizable names in the game, attracting attention far beyond the United States. Through her performances, she has helped bring unprecedented visibility to women's basketball, inspiring young athletes and generating renewed excitement among fans worldwide. Her signature deep-range shooting, elite playmaking, and relentless competitive spirit have captivated basketball audiences across the globe. Since her playoff exit, many observers have noted that the WNBA has received less attention, highlighting the significant audience interest Clark generated throughout the season. Her influence extends beyond individual games, reflecting a broader shift in how women's basketball is viewed and followed internationally. The attention surrounding her has demonstrated the powerful role a transcendent star can play in expanding the sport's global reach. While the playoffs continue, Clark's absence has reinforced just how influential she has become in driving interest in the league. Many fans and analysts now view her not only as the face of the Indiana Fever, but as one of the defining stars shaping the future and continued growth of the WNBA.
That don't think she is praised enough and she is above reproach in terms of criticism, or that praising another player is an affront to her is like, whoa, bro. Like, also, like, you're not mentioned talking about women's basketball. I've never ever seen you before.
The WNBA features an outstanding collection of talented players, but Caitlin Clark has emerged as one of the league's biggest attractions, helping elevate its popularity and bring new fans to the sport. Her impact extends beyond her on-court performances, as she has become a major driver of media attention and worldwide interest in women's basketball. With Clark now taking an off-season break, the league enters a period without one of its most recognizable stars, creating a noticeable gap in fan excitement for many followers. The Indiana Fever's remarkable season, which featured the league's highest home and road attendance, reflected the tremendous interest surrounding Clark and her ability to draw crowds wherever she played. Her influence on fan engagement has been exceptional, and since Indiana's playoff exit, some viewers who primarily followed the league to watch Clark have chosen to tune out until next season. That reaction highlights the significant role she has played in expanding the WNBA's audience. As anticipation builds for the next campaign, many fans are already looking forward to her return, believing her presence will once again generate excitement, attract new audiences, and continue shaping the league's future.
Major point that you want to make here, your major thesis statement on this, because every time Caitlin Clark comes up, I feel like there's something that you want to get off your chest in terms of this narrative, where you're frustrated.
Well, first of all, I'm not frustrated. Number two, I did get stuff off my chest on numerous occasions. I'm just reiterating my points because I think one of the things that needed to be mentioned was that even though Caitlin Clark is new to this, and even though she has proven to be a potentially sensational player, the resentment that some, not most, not all, that stuff that was going on.
Although her rookie season ended sooner than many fans expected, Caitlin Clark's influence on the WNBA has already been firmly established. Her exciting style of play, combined with her ability to capture attention both inside arenas and on television, has made her one of the league's defining stars. From her long-range shooting to her relentless competitive drive, Clark brought a level of energy that attracted new audiences and helped increase interest throughout the season. As she now takes a well-earned off-season break, the WNBA faces the challenge of maintaining that momentum without one of its most recognizable players. Her absence has left a noticeable gap in fan engagement, while many supporters are already looking forward to seeing her back on the court. Looking ahead, one thing is clear. Clark's return is expected to be among the most anticipated moments in recent WNBA history. Her presence has helped reshape the league's profile, and when she returns, many expect renewed excitement to follow. Her popularity reaches well beyond basketball, drawing fans from around the world, and the league will continue working to build on that momentum until her comeback sets the stage for another exciting season. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and check out the other videos now appearing on your screen.